Have you ever felt like you're constantly putting others first, to the point where your own needs get lost in the shuffle? Maybe you agree to things you don't want to do just to avoid conflict, or you feel guilty for saying no. If this sounds familiar, I want to talk about something that could genuinely change your life. Becoming more assertive by taking your personal rights to heart. We hear so much about our duties and responsibilities, right? We have to be a good employee, a good friend, a good partner. But what about our rights? Not the legal ones, but the fundamental rights we have simply by being human. Believing in these rights, truly internalizing them, is the bedrock of assertiveness. When you know you're entitled to certain things, standing up for them becomes natural, not confrontational. So, what are these rights? Let's call it our personal Bill of Rights. First up, you have the right to feel good about yourself. That's non-negotiable. You don't need anyone else's permission to value who you are. Next, you have the right to be treated with respect. This isn't something you have to earn. It's a baseline expectation in all your interactions. If someone is being disrespectful, you have the right to address it or walk away. Another huge one, you have the right to express your feelings and opinions. Your thoughts matter. Your emotions are valid. For so long, many of us were taught to keep our feelings bottled up, especially if they might make someone else uncomfortable. But expressing yourself honestly and respectfully is a key part of healthy communication. It lets people know who you are and what you need. And this brings me to a right that so many people struggle with. You have the right to say no without feeling guilty. Let me repeat that. You have the right to say no without guilt. Your time and energy are precious resources. You get to decide how you spend them. Saying no isn't selfish. It's self-preservation. It's about setting boundaries that protect your well-being. Think of it this way. Every time you say yes to something you don't want to do, you're saying no to something you'd rather be doing, even if that's just resting. Here's another powerful one. You have the right to stop and think before you respond. How often do we feel pressured to give an immediate answer? Someone asks for a favor or puts you on the spot, and you blurt out a yes before you've even considered it. You are allowed to say, "Let me think about that and get back to you." This gives you the space to check in with yourself and make a decision that truly aligns with your needs, not just someone else's request. And finally, you have the right to make mistakes. Yes, you heard me. You are not expected to be perfect. Mistakes are not failures. They are learning opportunities. They are proof that you are trying, that you are growing. The fear of making a mistake can be paralyzing. It can stop us from trying new things or speaking up. Granting yourself the right to be imperfect is incredibly liberating. It takes the pressure off and allows you to live more freely. Now, as the assertive training leader Joe Molnar points out, exercising these rights requires judgment. It's not about bulldozing through every situation demanding your way. We have to consider the circumstances and the potential consequences. For example, in a work situation, it might not be the wisest move to tell a client you think they're a jerk, even if you feel that way. There are more constructive, professional ways to handle difficult clients while still respecting your own boundaries. Similarly, the right to make mistakes has its limits. A surgeon in the middle of an operation doesn't have the luxury of taking that right to heart in that specific moment. The context matters. Assertiveness isn't about being aggressive or thoughtless. It's about being effective. It's about finding the balance between respecting your own rights and understanding that social and professional environment you're in. It's about choosing your battles. Sometimes, the best assertive action is to say nothing at all and simply remove yourself from a situation. Other times, it requires a calm, clear conversation. The goal is to stand up for yourself in a way that is respectful to both you and the other person. So, I encourage you to think about this personal Bill of Rights. Maybe even write it down. The right to feel good about yourself, to be treated with respect, to express your feelings, to say no without guilt, to take time to think, and to make mistakes. Start by focusing on just one. Maybe this week, you practice saying, "Let me get back to you," instead of giving an instant yes. See how it feels. Learning to be assertive is a journey, not a destination. It's a skill you build over time, one small, empowered step at a time. You deserve to take up space. You deserve to have your needs met. Thanks for watching today. If this resonated with you, Let me know in the comments which right you're going to focus on first. And do not forget to like and subscribe for more content on living a more confident and authentic life. See you next time.